Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and our 14th episode of Lightspeed. Bringing you Star Wars news and headlines in under 15 minutes. At least that's the goal. We want to get you your Star Wars headlines before you get to work, on your walks with the dog, cooking dinner. I don't know what you're doing, but here's your 15 minutes worth of Star Wars headlines. For all the weekly stuff, it's a good idea to get in touch with the Star Wars YouTube channel, which typically does This Week on Star Wars, and they're all about 3 to 5 minutes, I think, on average, or even 7. And they do a great weekly Star Wars show that just kind of showcases what's new. And Star Wars is one of those crazy franchises where there is something new to talk about every week. And I get this a lot when people find out that I run a Star Wars podcast. They're like, what the heck do you talk about every week? I mean, like, what is there to talk about, the franchise in general on a weekly basis? But it's daily bread style. We just go week to week, sometimes not knowing what we're going to do, and then we just figure it out as we go. Other times it's a crazy amount of news all at once, and we have a hard time covering it all, and that's exactly what Lightspeed's for. It's for those times where there's so much to get into that, but maybe not enough to run a full-length episode on, that we have these Lightspeed episodes drop, and boom, there you go. So the first thing on our list is the new Disney Plus show called Galaxy of Sounds, and it was I guess it dropped maybe 2 days ago now, it was a bit of a surprise. Like I wasn't expecting this at all, but they came out on 3 days ago, September 29th, and there's 7 of them. The first one is called Wonder, and then the second one is called Excitement, and then Dark Side, Light Side, Beeps, Connections, and Oddities. And each one of these episodes, which are between 6 and 8 minutes long, really just explore the ambiance of the galaxy far, far away through themes such as wonder and excitement and so on and so forth. The description is to be immersed in the hum of Coruscant at golden hour, listen to the light side of the Force as Rey connects to the past Jedi, observe booming lightsaber duels, and experience the nostalgic sounds of Star Wars from across the franchise. So this premiered on September 29th. And you can check it out right now on Disney Plus. But in order to give you an idea as to what this series is all about, I figured we would just take a quick listen. And, let's put the music on hold for a sec. All right, so as you can see, or as you can hear, I guess, very exciting stuff. It showcases the incredible work on the sound effects done through the Skywalker saga, as well as the anthology films and the show. Just the amazingly talented people at Skywalker Sound bringing life to the movies that we know and love. And without them, we wouldn't have what we have today. So, a massive tribute to them and the legends over there and the mastery over sound and what they do. Everything from the Foley artists to the people recording all this stuff and the sound editors and everything. It's absolutely unbelievable, and you have to check it out. Even if you just watch one of them, it gives you a whole new level of appreciation for the work that goes into the movies on the sound side. And that's why I wanted to showcase this on the show, because being a podcast, this is audible entertainment. Like, you are listening to us right now. You are listening to the show through your headphones, through your speakers, through the stereo of your car. And, we really want to make it clear that audio is important, and it always hasn't been important. It always has been very iconic in films. I mean, without sound, it's just not the same. Same goes for the music. But back in the days when TV just wasn't really that popular, people used to listen to radio shows and dramatized productions. So, I can't stress it enough. Go and check this out on Disney Plus. It's called Star Wars Galaxy of Sounds. It's not going away. It's 1 season long, and there's 7 episodes, all very, very short. Gives you a whole new level of appreciation for the franchise. So let us know your thoughts at our Twitter feed at SWSK Podcast. Shoot us an email or a voicemail. It's all in the description below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And you know what? That's Galaxy of Sounds for you. There's also, of course, Star Wars Visions, which dropped not that long ago in September on the 22nd. And if you haven't checked out our review for that, I believe it's dropping pretty soon, next week at some point. But there's 9 different anime shorts from various anime studios. And myself, Bryce, Blake, and our guest on the show for that episode, Ben, we did a really nice extensive breakdown going through each episode, just talking about what we thought and our reaction, our ratings, and the stories, and just this very diverse cultural perspective on the Star Wars IP told through various different stories of their own. So it's cool to see what Star Wars means to other people who grew up with it, and flipping the equation of putting Star Wars back into Japanese cinema rather than taking Japanese cinema and making what we know as Star Wars. That's what inspired George Lucas, was a very Japanese-oriented style amongst how he did things. So another thing is the Book of Boba Fett. Obviously, we're all looking forward to it premiering Disney on Disney Plus December 29th. If there is a poster that got publicly released on StarWars.com, you can check it out. This came out on the 29th of September, and it is really, really cool. He's just chilling in Jabba's throne room on the throne in there. So we're looking forward to the return of this character, a thrilling Star Wars adventure taking place around the same time as The Mandalorian, and is basically acting like Mandalorian Season 2.5, but of course focuses in on our favorite character of all time, Boba Fett. So looking forward to seeing that. Tamora Morrison and Ming-Na Wen, both returning as their respective characters of Fennec Shand and Boba Fett. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Robert Rodriguez, Kathleen Kennedy, and Colin Wilson are all executive producers on the show, and we're looking forward to seeing what becomes of these characters in a galaxy far, far away. Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales is, if anyone's seen any Lego movies before, they released a new one on Disney Plus. Very Halloween-y inspired, and is kind of supposed to be, a series of terrifying tales in Star Wars, but in Lego form. Anyone looking forward to Lego Skywalker Saga is going to be very pleased with the very classic Lego humor involved in this short. And it doesn't disappoint. Anyone who loves Lego movies of any kind is probably going to enjoy this one. Even if it's a one-time view, you can sit down for a little while and enjoy the latest Lego Star Wars adventure that there is to see. So there you go. The High Republic has been doing very well lately. We've obviously had a review of the second staple novel in the High Republic era. That one's called The Rising Storm, written by Cavan Scott. But we're really looking forward to getting into the other content based around that time period. There is so much content that they've been announcing and releasing in this time period that it's a little hard to stay on top of everything. But what we do know is that all of it leads up to the Disney Plus series called Star Wars The Acolyte, which is set to take place at the end of that time period. And I hope all of this will kind of not be for nothing. It's going to be a big build-up, but I hope it pays off when we watch that show in the coming years, whenever it comes out. I think it's 3 years from now, but I guess we'll see. And if anyone doesn't know what the High Republic is, it's a whole new era of Star Wars and a period of time that takes place 200 years before the Phantom Menace and leads up to about 50 years or so, maybe before the Phantom Menace. So yeah, through a series of audiobooks, novels, junior novels, young adult novels, and other content. Of course, we're getting The Acolyte as well, Disney Plus content right there. It's a multimedia project that tells various stories, various storylines, all within the span of 150 years, I'm guessing. And very important events that happen and take place during this time period. It's cool. It's a new take on Star Wars history, and you know, as always, we're looking forward to seeing what they do with that. Well, that's pretty much it for today. You guys can look forward to a lot more content on the podcast, and if you ever have any questions, feel free to send us a tweet, as always, or an email, and all are listed in the description of this podcast episode. Sharing this show always helps us out a lot. It improves the algorithm, people finding the show, and you know, it helps us out, gives us a little more motivation, I guess, to keep doing what we're doing. And we enjoy it a lot, but you know, we also ideally love to know that people are listening as well. So let us know your thoughts on just anything, anytime you want. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. So I guess we'll catch you in the next one. And as always, may the Force be with you.